Okay, now let's look at a couple of examples. Read the prompt with me here. Around the world, children learn English as a second language at school. However, in some places, they also learn at kindergarten. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of learning English at kindergarten. Now, if we pick apart this introduction, we start with some purple. Many school systems across the globe begin teaching English as young as kindergarten, while some wait until elementary school begins. Now, is this context or setup? In a way, they kind of fit together. It's sometimes they sort of do both, right? In this case, I would call this setup. Okay? When you introduce both sides of a topic, the reader naturally wants to know what you think. Okay, so this is setting up what comes next. This essay will explore both the benefits and potential drawbacks of beginning English study in kindergarten. Okay, so do we have a thesis here? No. Right, the prompt is a discussion or advantages, disadvantages prompt without opinion. So we have no thesis, but we have a nice clear outline. So what we have is setup and outline, 2 sentences. Let's see another example. Very short prompt. Attitude is as important as knowledge in a test situation. To what extent do you agree? Okay. Interesting question. Notice it's a agree or disagree essay. We start with a lot of purple. 2 sentences, you can probably guess what they are. So, for better or worse, in many realms of society, our success is determined by how well we perform on an exam. That is context building. Okay, it doesn't lead to our thesis yet, okay, or our outline, just setting up the topic. Introducing the topic. Next, some people claim that compared to having extensive knowledge about the subject being tested, one's attitude toward the test has an equivalent effect on the outcome. Okay, so that long sentence there, I used a little bit of advanced grammar here. This sentence is the setup, right? We introduce one side of the argument. So introducing one side, we can guess that we'll have a thesis next. While I recognize the importance of attitude, I believe knowledge has a greater impact. Okay, nice strong thesis. I believe knowledge has a greater impact. It is very clear what the writer thinks. Okay, for this type of essay, you really need a thesis. Right? For this kind of agree or disagree essay, it's very clear what they want from you. Do you agree or not? Or to what extent do you agree? Right? Very clear here, and so clear, in fact, that we do not need an outline because the reader can guess. We are going to explain why in the body of the essay. Okay? So if you follow these guidelines, right, at least one purple, at least one orange, 2 or 3 sentences. If you follow those 2 very simple guidelines, you can practice this style every time. And like I said before, the more you practice the same way again and again and again, the better you are going to do on the exam. That's how you improve your skills. Okay, so thanks for attending this lesson. And in our next lesson, we will go over the conclusion of the Task 2 essay. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.